Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dr. Ish, former banker and also a finance strategist. I'm someone who has spent years watching how money really works behind the scene. And in today's episode, which is a very important one because we are not talking about loud assets, shiny assets, we're not talking about trending crypto, we're not talking about flashy real estate or overnight wins. We're talking about hidden gold. We're talking about assets that don't shout, assets that don't go viral, but assets most people completely overlook yet quietly build wealth with over time. And the best part, many of these assets don't require millions of pounds, dollars, or even naira to start. So whether you live in the UK or in the US or Nigeria, this episode will change the way you think about ownership. So let's get right into it. But first of all, we'll be starting with a simple question. What exactly is a hidden asset? Now, a hidden asset is not flashy. It doesn't come with excitement and beautiful bright lights. It usually doesn't even make headlines. But it has four powerful characteristics. Four very, very powerful characteristics that you need to take note of. First of all, it appreciates quietly over time, not overnight, but steadily. Second, it often doesn't cost much to start. It doesn't cost much to start. And the third is that it is usually ignored or misunderstood by the average person, which is exactly why it works. And finally, it pays silently and compounds in value in the background. I'm sure you're wondering what kind of hidden assets can this be? But let me give you a very, very simple example. Most people will rush to buy a car the moment they earn some money, right? Some would, get married immediately they earn some money. I mean, different strokes for different folks. But um, the domain name bought for a $10 held for 5 years can sell for thousands. Now, one looks very interesting, it looks impressive, while the other builds wealth. Buying yourself a new car obviously will get you a lot of recognition and maybe a lot of respect amongst your peers. But the others will build wealth for you. The other one, which is like, for instance, I gave an example of buying a domain name, bought for only $10, will build wealth for you over time. So what I'm basically trying to say is that hidden assets are about position, not noise. All right, that is why they are hidden. So let's talk about the UK. You know how we do it, we always analyze the UK, the US, and Nigeria because I like being able to do a compare and contrast and to give my global audience spread around different parts of the world options depending on their location. So for the UK, the UK has some of the most underrated wealth tools in the world hiding in plain sight. So the first example is the premium bonds. Many people dismiss premium bonds because they are not investments in the traditional sense. And this is where a lot of people miss it because in this case, your capital is secure and your returns are tax free. Yes, they are tax free. You can also do your research on that as well. You can drop your comments in the comment section if you feel if you have contrary opinions. But for someone who values safety and optional upside, this is a hidden gold. Next is the lifetime ISAs, also known as LISA. This is one of the most powerful kind of investments that you should be looking to if you are in this location. The government literally adds money to your savings, and that is free value for many people who never use it. Then we have domain name flipping. All these I am telling you are basics. You can do more research based on your locality, but I'm just opening your eyes to these hidden gold assets so that if you are if you are the type of person that is looking to improve on your investment and savings, then you need to look into this. So buying UK-based domain names related to services, locations, or industries can quietly appreciate. You don't need a website, you just need ownership. And finally, share incentive plans offered by employers. So some companies give you shares at a discount or even for free. Many employees ignore these benefits and leave wealth on the table. So if it's something you've been offered before, if you can approach your employer again, and if not, be open to it, be receptive to it when you get the offer. You can start small. In the UK, hidden assets often sit inside systems people already have access to but don't maximize. So if these options, if they've never come to you or they've come to you in the past, please seize these opportunities. And if you're the type that you're scared of taking risks, you can start small. So now let's move to the US, hidden assets in the US. The US, as I'm sure you may already know, is full of opportunities, a land full of opportunity, but also full of distractions. So the hidden assets are often buried under a lot of noise. First is the Roth IRA, tax-free compounder. This is one of the most powerful wealth vehicles in the world. And why is this? Because your money grows tax-free. Many people focus on how much they earn, but ignore how much they keep. So a Roth IRA rewards patience and consistency. Next is cashback credit cards used properly. Most people misuse their credit cards. I'm sure you would have heard thousands of stories of people who misuse their credit cards and of course get burnt for it. But financially disciplined people turn cashback into investment fuel. So if you earn cashback and redirect it into investments every month, that will be silently compounding for you. Then there's the domain ownership as well around AI websites. So owning digital property in growing niches, especially with AI tools, reducing setup costs, is modern hidden gold. And finally, employer matched 401k funds. So if your employer matches contributions and you don't take advantage of it, you're literally refusing free money. And in the US, hidden assets reward people who understand systems and not speculation. So you can see why I say we are not talking about crypto, we are not talking about real estate. They are very, very unconventional ways of having and increasing your investments. These are hidden assets not meant for the rich only. They're also meant for middle class, lower class. All you need to do is to calculate according to your spending capacity. Like I said, start small. So moving on to Nigeria, because this is where many people think wealth is impossible. But I can tell you with my over 2 decades in the financial industry, Nigeria actually has one of the most powerful hidden assets if you are patient and strategic. Take note, patience and strategy. First, we have land banking in satellite towns. So buying land where development is coming, not where it has already arrived. Take note, where development is coming and not where it has arrived, because where it has arrived will be definitely more expensive. And this is majorly you projecting long-term wealth for yourself. So it's not like I said, it's not success overnight or a quick rich scheme. This is not about flipping quickly. It's about positioning yourself to gain more within the next 2, 3, 5, 10, and 20 years. Second is trade and business licenses. Many people don't realize that licenses, registrations, and permits increase the valuation of a business. They are actually assets. They make businesses transferable and bankable. You can see how unconventional all these hidden assets are, starting from the UK to the US and now Nigeria. Third is digital products. A PDF, a template, a guide, something you can create once and sell repeatedly. This works globally for anybody who is serious about making money and creating a scalable business. This is one of the most overlooked assets in Nigeria because people underestimate digital ownership. And finally, verified agricultural cooperatives, not random schemes, but structured cooperatives with transparency. So you need to do your research here before you join anyone. Agriculture, when done properly, compounds quietly. And in Nigeria, hidden assets reward people who think long term in a short term environment. Now, I need to also give you what I call a banker's test. So before I consider any asset, I ask myself three questions. One, will this gain value with time or usage? In Nigerian parlance, you would say, does it have second-hand value? But in this case, you're thinking, will this gain value with time or usage? If it depreciates the moment you buy it, it is not an asset, it is a cost. Second, is it hard to copy, erase, or replace? So scarcity matters here, ownership matters here, and control, the amount of control you have over it matters. And third, does it pay even when I stop working? So this doesn't mean instant income. It just means the asset keeps its value or produces value without constant effort. So it won't take up too much of your time. So if an opportunity like this fails, in all three questions I just raised, as a banker, I will tell you, walk away. So it is something you should also look into. Make sure you have those three questions at the back of your mind. So let me give you a simple blueprint. You don't need 10 assets. You don't need anything complex. You just need balance. One long-term digital asset, you know, uh, a digital product, for instance, can scale into your future for you. One secure final asset like Roth IRA or structured savings, and one strategic real life asset, a land, license, or equity in a business. This combination will protect you because it will grow quietly and it will give you options. While if one is not doing too well, the other will do well. That is how real wealth portfolios are built, spreading your assets across different class assets, spreading your wealth across different class assets. So I will leave you with this. Wealth doesn't always wear a crown. Sometimes it's a PDF, it's a plot of land, or it's a URL, a link you bought. Hidden gold rarely looks exciting until years later. Like I said, no success, no overnight success. So I've put together a hidden asset cheat sheet to help you start thinking differently. And if you're interested, you can drop a message for me in the comment section. Tell me in the comments what you think. If you learned something new, you can let me know. If there's any topic you want me to work on or to do a video for you, please let me know. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.